Good morning, Trayer Wilderness family. I hope you guys are all doing well today, and I hope that you all had a very blessed Thanksgiving. I am extremely thankful for so many things every day, and as last week I shared the importance of paying attention and being grateful and recording those things, being aware of them. You know, when you write them down and you go back and you review your journal, it's encouraging to read the things that you are and have been grateful for, and to see how God has moved and worked in your life as well. I want to talk today on a little bit of a different subject. Today's title is Do Not Lean on Your Own Understanding. And I wanted to share that because there's so much going on in our world today, and it can be really concerning for us all, whether you're prepared or you're not prepared. There's a lot coming down the pike. But one of the things that we do as humans is that we end up focusing on all the fear, the worry, the struggles, even visualizing how things are going to all unravel. And you know what? Most of the time, our time is so wasted because the things that we're so worried about and that we're thinking about don't even happen. For me, I absolutely hate wasting my time. Hate is a strong word, but I really do. And I also hate wasting my time on negative things, on fear, on worry. Proverbs says it best. Proverbs 3:5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." You know, when you make it a practice and a habit to continue to trust God, regardless what transpires in your life, you line yourself up and put yourself in a really good place. It's not easy doing that. But if you've been following our family for any length of time, you've witnessed quite a few examples of that. And it's really important that you create that habit of being able to keep yourself in a really good place, regardless what's going on. The other thing we've got to remember is that not only do we not want to lean on our own understanding, but we don't want to focus on things that we can't control. And, you know, this may be a hard thing to swallow for some people, but much of our life is out of our control. There's not a lot we can control. You know, 2 years ago, we all thought that we had secure jobs and everything was good. But truthfully, anything could have happened 2 years ago that in the blink of an eye, that could have all been gone. And I'm not a doom and gloomer. For those of you that follow us, you know that. But it's a reality. It's a truth that we think that we are so secure when really there's a lot around us that we really can't control. So when you learn to control yourself and your thinking, and you keep yourself in a good place, not only in reading the Word, but in communing with God, in fellowship with other believers, in learning how to keep yourself in a good space and in a good head space. Mine is the wilderness. When I'm out in the wilderness, I am totally encapsulated by God. He surrounds me. Last night I was out in the hunting blind and the sky was just incredibly amazing. The sunset and being out there, it's just so, I'm engulfed by him. But it's because I choose to keep myself in that place, and I want that. I don't want to sit around and waste all my time worrying about things that I can't control. And guys, I'm always honest with you. I was so guilty of that for, 2/3 of my already existing life. And I refuse to waste another minute in fear and worry. And I've shared this before. I've shared it in these Monday inspirations here on Instagram already in just the last couple weeks. You know, God transformed my life 7 years ago when I had life-saving surgery. His presence was so strong and his hand in my life was so strong. I don't experience fear and worry anymore. And at first I thought it was because I was totally numb and just didn't have emotion anymore. And the realization came that that isn't it at all. It's because my faith is so strong. But my faith didn't just get that way overnight. And I didn't get this way overnight. It took practice. And the practice is putting myself in His Word daily. And when you start doing that, it becomes a habit, but also it becomes a really healthy addiction. I miss it so much when I don't get time because of maybe a change in schedule. My day didn't start the way it normally does. I still go back later in the day and I spend time with God. But if my day is diverted somehow and my morning doesn't start with God, I miss it. And that's a good thing. You know, we need to cultivate healthy things in our lives, and right now more than ever. It's just so important because it's very easy in today's society and with everything that's going on in our world globally. It's easy to get depressed. It's easy to be in a place of fear. It's easy to worry that you're not prepared enough, which we will be touching on more, not in the Monday inspiration, but I'm going to start another series on preparedness and off-grid living. But regardless where we're at, you know, if you've been following us again for a while, you know that we went through a really heavy dry spell financially and physically. My health was terrible. My health was totally deteriorated. We went without an income for 6.5 months, and we ate like kings and queens because of how we live and how we prepare. But there was also a point where we couldn't do anything more in our preparations or purchase anything more. We had to totally and completely rely on God and His provisions. And He provided every penny, guys, every morsel of food. You know, look at Elijah and how he sent the ravens in with the food for Elijah. I know it's hard for many people to really have that deep of a faith because you're having faith in something you can't see. But read your Bible. All of those miracles that were worked all those years ago are still being worked today. God is ever present, and He wants to love you. He wants a relationship with you. He wants to take care of you. You just need to call Him into your life. Honestly, guys, we need to call Him into this world. There's a lot of evil. We all see it. But we also have a God that's bigger than everything out there. So I want to end on this note today. I'm going to read 2 verses to you today that I want to trump the not leaning on your own understanding. You know, we need to trust God, and we truly need to trust Him. Our emotions get involved, our thoughts get involved, our worries, everything gets involved, and we don't allow God to do the most amazing things that He's planning to do in our lives because we get in the way. So get out of the way and don't lean on your own understanding. Trust in God, and here are my words for you today. It says Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Write that down, write it in your prayer journal, and meditate on that, guys, because it's really easy in our times to be in a really negative place. I refuse, and you won't ever see me in that place. I pay attention to my thinking. I pay attention to what I spend my time doing and who I surround myself with. Be courageous. Those are powerful words to me. Those are just such powerful warrior words to me. I want to put on my armor every day. If you struggle with depression, anger, fear, because of our societies and our world's circumstances, read Ephesians 6 every day, and then come back and read Deuteronomy 31:6. Okay? Armor up, guys. We have great abilities with what we are capable of doing and keeping ourselves in good places. Whether you believe it or not, we have great power. You have great strength. Add your natural, and God will add the supernatural. 1 Corinthians 16:13. Be on your guard. Stand firm in the faith. Be courageous and be strong. This is what we need to do, guys, every day. It needs to be a practice. Sometimes you might need to do it multiple times a day. And just be cautious and realize what you are surrounding yourself with and how much time you are consuming in negative stuff. I want you to understand that we need to be situationally aware of what's going on around us in our world. It's important. But when we armor up and we stay in the Word and we stay strong in Him, you get to a place where you can listen to this stuff, you can be aware of this stuff, but you can be unaffected by this stuff. I'm there. I'm living proof of this. It takes continuing to seek Him, continuing to build on your relationship, continuing to build on your trust of Him, being faithful, and learning how to armor up and just be strong, be courageous, be the amazing person that God made you to be. So don't lean on your own understanding. Don't waste your hours of your day being stuck in negative headspace, envisioning how things are all going to unravel and we're going to die. It's not going to be that way, guys. If we die, we're going to a good place. We're going to a good place. I don't fear death. I don't fear death. And right now, I want to make the biggest impact I can in the people and the world around me, encouraging them and inspiring them during tough times. And even in the good times, because you will hear me praising in the good, the bad, and the ugly. And my timing is poor. The mountain man was just here and he would have added his 2 cents on that. And I always love when he does that. And I don't know if you guys could hear it. The coffee was percolating on the wood stove. I've got my coffee here. I hope you guys have started your day with some good coffee, the Word. I appreciate you taking time to spend time with me this morning. Miss Deb, I see you out there. God bless you, girl. And I just want to end this in a prayer and encourage you for the